as our birthright, healing as part of who we are. Amen. Based again on righteousness. You must remember when you come to sessions like this, you must have your files of Wednesday, have your files of Sunday morning, have your files of whenever we gathered, because I will jump from one to the other and to the other to the other, because it is all part of the same. Amen. The message, the full message on this whole thing since we started is under the heading, what shall we say about these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Amen. If God is for us, who can be against us? And I'm glad that it's mostly you believers that are here. You know, we can talk, especially what we started on Wednesday. We can talk on that and help you so that you can understand your mandate. Amen. As a child of God, you need to understand your mandate. I am not going to preach this morning. I really want to just teach, and I'm not going to be long. If you go to the book of Luke chapter 9. Yes, Lord. In fact, let's start with Luke chapter 10 and then we go back to Luke chapter 9. Luke chapter 10 verses 19. The disciples, actually verse 17, the disciples come back to him and says, Lord, you know, even demons submit under our authority, under us, you know, they submit under us in your name. And Jesus says, and Jesus answers them funnily. Jesus says, you know, it doesn't say, oh, good, interesting. He says, no, I saw Satan fall like lightning. He says, I saw Satan fall like lightning out of heaven. Amen. And then he goes on with the reply. He says, behold, I have given you authority, which is exousia. I've given you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Amen. Amen. The Amplified says, behold, I have given you authority and power to trample on serpents and scorpions, and physical and mental strength and ability over all the power of the enemy that the enemy possesses, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Amen. He says, I have given you what? Power and authority. Now just page back to chapter 9 verses 1. Chapter 9 verses 1 and 2. Jesus is speaking again. He says, then he called his disciples together and gave them power and authority over all demons and to cure diseases. Amen. Amen. He says, I have given you power and authority. Again, that word authority that we saw in chapter 10. Yes. Same word, exousia, which means jurisdiction, which means it's a governmental authority word. It means the right to exercise. The right to exercise your power. The right to exercise your power. The power that I've given you the right to exercise it. Amen. I can explain it like this. A traffic officer comes into the road wearing a tracksuit and khakis with a white t-shirts, and he does this to a truck. What's going to happen to him? The truck is going to flatten him. Yes. Amen. The truck is going to flatten him. And now the same traffic officer puts on his uniform, puts on his badge, puts on his cap, puts on his white gloves, comes into the middle of the road, same truck, lifts up his hand. That driver will smash those brakes, pull everything to make that truck stop. Even if the truck stops in front of the nose of the traffic officer, my truck can stop. Why? Because now he is standing not just in power, but in authority.